What's up YouTube, it's Sean here, back today to give you guys a review of the Nike Air Max 95 Premium in the green and coconut milk colorway. This pair randomly dropped on the Nike Canadian website and I picked these up a couple weeks back. They retail for a price of 235 Canadian dollars, or I believe 180 US dollars, and the official colorway for this shoe is grain, beach, coconut milk, and black. To me, the first comparison I drew when I first saw this shoe is that it really looks like it could be a Stussy collab. To me at least, the colors and the materials used, this could easily pass off as a Stussy release, and I'm sure if it was, the resale prices of this pair would be through the roof. And if you guys are watching from Canada, you don't have to jump through any hoops for these. I believe all the sizes except for a size 9 as of right now, they're all available on Nike.ca. So jumping into the details of this shoe, this is your classic Air Max 95, however the materials used makes the shoe have a really rustic vibe to it. As we take a look at the toe cap, this is covered in this slightly tumbled beige colored leather. The quality of this leather was pretty nice. This feels like a genuine leather and has a decent softness to it. Covering the side panels of the shoe, for this pair we have these alternating layers of suede and burlap. So at the bottom we have this hairy suede, which is followed by this light tan burlap, and then it repeats with more suede and burlap. Surrounding the center area of the shoe, we have this off-white colored netting, and this partially covers the eyelets of the sneaker. So for the eyelets, these are constructed in this minty green sort of shade, and then beneath this we have this soft canvas-like material. For the laces, these come with a rope style lace, but they sort of have a string-like texture to them. They intertwine through the eyelets, and then in the middle of the tongue, we have this Y-shaped overlay which is constructed out of this synthetic leather. The tongue itself is constructed out of this canvas-like material, and then at the top we have this embroidered Air Max branding. Moving towards the back end of the shoe, on the lateral side only we have a black colored embroidered swoosh, and then in the middle of the back heel we have this synthetic overlay which is done in that same mint green color, and it's finished off with Nike Air branding. The insoles for this shoe, this is just your standard Air Max insole. It's colored in this light beige color, and it's finished off with Nike Air Max branding stamped on the heel. So the upper of the Air Max 95 sits atop this EVA foam midsole. The midsole is colored in this darker beige sort of color, and incorporated within the midsole we have both forefoot and heel air cushioning. And the inner workings of the air unit are colored in that same mint green color that we saw earlier in the upper portion of the shoe. Turning this pair over to the bottom, here we have your classic Air Max 95 outsole. This is entirely done in this beige colored rubber. We have this sort of waffle traction style in the forefoot, along with a TPU strip that runs down the center of the shoe, and you can see Nike Air branding in the middle. So that breaks down the look and the construction of these Air Max 95 Premiums. For those wondering how these fit, to me they fit like all my other Air Max 95s, so personally, I choose to go up a half size. So I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and the Air Max 95 is a little bit more on the narrow side, especially in this forefoot area right here. So I feel like if you have narrow width feet, you can definitely stick true to size. If you have normal width feet, it really depends on how you like your shoes to fit. True to size will give you a nice snug 1-to-1 fit, but if you want a little bit extra room for your toes, then I'd go a half size up. And for all my wide footers out there, definitely go up half a size. For comparison's sake, I'm a size 10 to 10.5 in the Air Max 1 or the Air Max 90, depending on the release. And I usually go with a 10.5 for the Air Max 95 and the Air Max 97. Next up, in terms of comfort, so overall I'd say that these are decently comfortable, but they're not going to be the most comfortable sneaker that you ever owned. Straight out of the box, the Air Max 95 can feel a little bit stiff, and I'd say that it's not as comfortable as, for example, the recrafted Air Max 90s that I've released throughout the past year. However, it's not bad by any means. They definitely do get softer and more broken in over time, so I'd say the more you wear them, the more they'll soften up, and eventually, if you get to that point, they'll actually feel very comfortable overall. Finally, I just want to quickly touch upon the quality and the craftsmanship. Overall, I was actually very pleased. I know the name of the shoe is Air Max 95 Premium, but to be honest, it doesn't always deliver. But for these guys, the materials definitely felt a lot better than normal, and having these in hand, they really feel like a well-made, solidly built shoe. With all that being said, now let's lace these up and I'll show you guys how these look on feet. Overall, this is just a really clean, very wearable pair of the Air Max 95. Like I said earlier, it really has like a Stussy vibe to it, and even though this isn't technically a collaboration, I think for what it is, the material choices, the color palette, all that stuff, this makes this a must cop for me. To be honest, I didn't even hear much about this shoe at all, and it wasn't until I was just randomly browsing Nike.ca and I just saw these on the website. So again, if you're watching from Canada, most if not all sizes are still available on Nike.ca, and for anyone else around the world, unfortunately I haven't heard much from a release standpoint, but I imagine since this is technically a GR release, at some point they will land in your country. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this grain and coconut milk Air Max 95 Premium. What do you guys think about this shoe? How do you feel about the colorway? And is this something that you guys would rock, or is this a pass for you? If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Give me a follow on Instagram at esco8, check out my Twitter account at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thanks so much for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video.